Hello, nerds! This is Headcanon Hive, much later than normal. Today, joining me are the guys from Talking Rainbows, Talking Puppies. Introduce yourselves.
Hey, my fantastical laser puppies, and welcome to Headcanon Hive. But this time, I am your great showman, Eric. How are you doing?
I'm the other guy.
God damn it, dude, put a little flair. You know, okay. Adds up theatricality.
Fine. Hello, everyone. I am the man in your dreams. I am what makes you wake up and thank life.
You know what?
I am what you pray to every day.
Never mind. Go back to being super shitty at everything.
Oh. That's no way to talk to everybody's favorite on Talking Rainbows, Talking Puppies.
Haven't you heard the quote, bacon is love, bacon is life?
Oh my god, again with the Shrek meme references. Come on, man.
That's gross. Don't be gross.
It's all bacon-tastic, okay? It's
bacon-tastic.
Yeah. Thanking everyone for the bacon-tastic year.
Okay, let's just dig right into this here. We're going to be gushing about The Greatest Showman.
Yes.
Or as I personally like to call it, the Hugh Jackman Spectacular.
Yes.
The movie that you really shouldn't go into it expecting it to be historically accurate.
Yes.
Definitely not.
Because I watched this movie, or like Abraham Lincoln. Did you know that he hunted vampires?
Yeah, he fucked them up.
He was like 4 score and my foot up your ass. It was awesome.
And did you know that William Shakespeare was in love when he wrote Romeo and Juliet?
I did not know that.
Because it's bullshit. It came out in a movie. It was literally called Shakespeare in Love.
You know, Tobey Maguire, he's Spider-Man.
Pizza time.
Pizza time.
But yeah, that's what really gets me about when people criticize The Great Showman. You know, you can criticize whatever you want, but some of these criticisms are kind of to me. Like when it's not historically accurate. Well, I hate to break it to you, man, but when we want to learn history, movies aren't exactly our go-to. You know, that's not how we record our history.
Well, I mean, we have the future recorded. It's called The Terminator. So,
yeah, as you can see, the true story of Sarah Connor and how she changed the future to prevent Judgment Day.
Also, there were these 2 guys. I think their name was Rick and Morty or something like that, where they went back in time, and then they went, almost got erased. And then they played Johnny Be Good. And then he got back. And then he went backer in time into the Wild West. It's all a true story, you know.
Okay.
It wasn't Rick. It wasn't.
I forget their names.
You forgot Doc Brown and Marty McFly?
There we go. That's the spice.
You're disappointed.
Hey,
yeah, that's one of the criticisms that I'm like, it's a musical. It's not a documentary. But if we're all reasonably intelligent people. I mean, if I can tell the difference between fact and fiction, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you've ever seen a picture of P.T. Barnum, but he looks nothing like Hugh Jackman.
I've never seen a picture of the guy.
Yeah, he's an ugly one. He's an ugly guy.
Oh.
Well, he is. Like, especially compared to Hugh Jackman, he was incredibly charming in this picture.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, wow.
he was the Wolverine. So.
When it comes to the idea of what The Greatest Showman is about, I'd say that it's a very romanticized, almost fairy tale version of P.T. Barnum. Like, very rosy depiction and picture of the guy. I'd say it's more... Yeah, that pretty much covers it.
Yeah, like an alternative version, I guess.
Yeah, I'd call it a fairy tale, basically.
Yeah, a fairy tale loosely based on the lifetimes and... Yeah, the life and times of P.T. Barnum. Not something to take, or something to take with a grain of salt. I think if somebody were going... I wouldn't necessarily dismiss the idea of a musical focusing more on P.T. Barnum himself and trying to be a bit more historically accurate, but that would be a much, much different musical from what Hugh Jackman and the crew working on it were going for here. I actually had a discussion about this with my brother, and just kind of got started thinking about it. Maybe something in the same vein as, please note that I haven't seen these particular musicals myself, but they slant in a darker, kind of more gothic direction. Musical called Repo, and another one called The Devil's Carnival. Something with that more kind of theme and tone to it, if you were going to go for a more accurate depiction of P.T. Barnum, because this fella, not a very pleasant fella.
No. And there actually is a stage musical of P.T. Barnum called Barnum. And it does portray Barnum as a con man, as a swindler. Like he loudly proclaims, "Hey, here come the freaks," and there's a sucker born every minute. It's not what the crew want to do. And yeah, you have to understand, to me at least, this movie isn't really about P.T. Barnum. It's more about Hugh Jackman. And kind of like in the same vein that if you watch the movie Scott Pilgrim versus the World, you realize that the true star of the movie, the bright shining star of the movie, isn't Michael Cera. It's the director, Edgar Wright, because you marvel at how great the direction is.
Yeah.
So that's why it's not really about P.T. Barnum, the historical figure. It's more about how Hugh Jackman and a passion project for him, because according to interviews that I've seen, this came from when he hosted the Oscars back in 2009, and he did such a great job with that musical number of his that people were telling him, hey, you started on stage, and we know you can sing. But you've also made a good career out of, being Wolverine and being in movies. There should be a way for you to combine the two. And from that moment on, he was like, yeah, I should. And he really wanted to make a modern movie musical. And for 7 years, like nothing, just like saying people, hey, I want to do this. And people telling him no, fighting an uphill battle until La La Land, did really well. And now studios were like, okay, we could make money off of musicals. So that's when Jackman presented his, and they were like, okay, we'll get the green light. So it's like, finally, after 7.5 years, this movie can finally see the light of day.
Yeah. That's persistence right there.
Definitely.
The only reason I brought up P.T. Barnum or that particular angle in general was just to address it. When I went to go see it, I went solely based on your recommendation after reading your review on Tumblr, actually. Went in with the expectation this is going to be Hugh Jackman being Hugh Jackman. Mm-hmm. And just a really good, over-the-top, fun time. I went in with that expectation, and I enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it for what it was. Everybody in the cast had so much passion and energy. I liked the cinematography that they went for. Pretty much all the musical numbers are pretty solid and catchy. Some stand out a bit more than others, like the opening number, A Million Dreams, and I'd say that favorites really chalk up to subjective taste or which ones someone would prefer over others, that kind of thing.
Mm.
Yeah, my favorite musical numbers are the opening number, The Greatest Show, A Million Dreams, and Come Alive, and one of the last songs, From Now On. Those are really, to me, the real big ones that I just love to put on repeat on my music player.
Yeah, those are good.
Bacon, what's your favorite musical?
Since I haven't memorized the names of all of them, so I'm pretty sure as soon as I give the description, you'll know which one. Is the one the performers sing like right after P.T. Barnes or whatever closes the door on them.
Oh, that's This Is Me.
Yeah, This Is Me.
Won the Golden Globe for Best Original Song.
Yeah, I like that song. That was a really good one.
That's my favorite too.
Yeah. So, and the song they sang in the bar, I actually kind of like that one.
Oh yeah, that sequence. The Other Side. I like that one too. Well, I personally I like all of them. My number one favorite is probably The Greatest Show, the opening, which is also the closing song too. But my least favorite is probably the reprise for Never Enough.
Never Enough was really good. But
yeah, but the reprise for it, yeah, I couldn't get over it. She's all just sad, and Jenny Lind is all sad and crying. Like, no, Hugh Jackman wouldn't sleep with me, so I'm gonna ruin his life. It's like, come on. Like, he's married. You've seen his kids. You've met them. Let's not go down this road. Not on these tires. Is that not what happened? Is that not what happened?
It is what happened, though. In some respects, I'd like to make the argument that you can feel some sympathy for Jenny Lind. She did take a pretty big risk, or take some risk, by teaming up with P.T. Barnum. In the context of the show and the story they're telling, he's known for running a circus, which is still a fairly novel idea in the United States, or in the States. She's very popular, renowned, and sophisticated. She is a big thing in Britain. She's sitting pretty. She's in a fairly precarious position that if she makes a certain kind of move, it could make or break her career. Taking a risk on PT just happened to be a step in the right direction. And to be fair, she and PT were spending a lot of time together over the course of her tour. It's not excusable that she was starting to develop some kind of romantic feelings, or even entertaining the idea that PT would start up something with her. Speaking of PT as a character, not. But far removed from the wife and the kids, just those two, it felt like they were a power couple. Like they were a team. It was just them versus the world, for lack of a better description. In that particular kind of environment, and considering how charismatic and charming this character is, the fact that he made Jenny Lind that much more of a force in regards to what audiences she was reaching out to, an international icon rather than just a European one. Yeah, I can see where she's coming from. It's kind of sympathetic looking at it from that angle. It's not excusable. It's not right. They went the direction that they did because at his core, PT is a family man. That is what he's going to come back to. That's the entire setup for what makes a circus so strong and what brought everybody together. I don't know. Just felt like I should be fair and describe things from that particular character's perspective, or what I got from that particular scene and why it was so significant. Jenny Lind was crying on stage and why her performance was so shaky.
Opposed to what I said.
No.
Yes, but okay,
I am
fine.
such
Your
a jerk.
BT ball.
Who am I kidding? That's freaking hilarious. I just boiling it down and simplifying it that much. I don't know.
Just a straight on point.
I'm a horrible person too for laughing so much at it.
Because it was one of those things where when I saw the trailer, when I first saw the trailer, I was like, dude, I'm sold. Like you got me. Like I might as well pre-order a movie ticket. Kind of like it doesn't happen that often. I think the last time it happened was Guardians of the Galaxy, like both movies, especially the first one, because, well, I should only probably refer to the first one because when I saw because I heard about Guardians of the Galaxy because from pro wrestling, because Dave Bautista, he was in that movie, and I saw an image for it, but I didn't really care. It wasn't until like years later where the first trailer came out and I saw it and I was like, I'm gonna love this movie. Like I'm just gonna love everything about it. And I went to go see it in theaters and I was like, yep, I was totally right. I love this movie. It was the same thing for The Greatest Showman, because I was watching a YouTube video. I don't remember which one, but I was watching a video and it came out as an ad before the video. And I was going to skip it because it said, skip ad. I was going to skip it, but I saw Hugh Jackman. I was like, I like Hugh Jackman. I wonder what he's doing. And when I saw the trailer, I was like, this looks cool. I want to check it out. And I heard some of the music and I was like, I actually like musicals. I grew up watching, like everyone else in the world, I grew up watching the Disney movies. But since I was born in 1990, the VHS tapes, remember those kids? The tapes that my parents bought were the bigger, more well-known Disney movies. We had Beauty and the Beast. We had The Lion King. We had Aladdin. We had Pinocchio and Snow White. So the big musical ones, the big, well-known musical animated films, those are the ones I grew up watching a lot. So naturally I love musicals. So I like Hugh Jackman. I like musicals. I'm like, hey, this could be cool. And that's how I came in really wanting to see this movie. And then the second trailer came out and it was like, that made it worse because like now I really want to see this movie because everyone looks like they're having such a great fucking time. And then, and that's how I want to go see the movie.
Yeah, I went to go see the movie because you were talking about the movie. So.
Yeah, I dragged Bacon to go see it with me. I paid for his ticket.
I'm like, no, god damn it. No, I was just like, okay, well.
Then I had to pay for the popcorn.
Fine, why not? But it was good. It was better than anticipated, so that was something.
Yeah, it did not play out the way I thought it would exactly, because the opening happens and it's this big, spectacular opening with these great colors and the animals and the acrobats and and Hugh Jackman in his pimp outfit or whatever. And
For my money.
It was just awesome. I loved it. And then it gets all quiet and the audience disappears and everyone disappears. It's just Jackman. and then it cuts to him as P.T. Barnum as a little kid. I was like, oh shit! I didn't think we were gonna do a flashback. So that beginning did surprise me a little bit.
Yeah, but the beginning was good though. Immediately you're like, I don't know what it is about that dad. Like what's P.T. Barnes' wife's dad? Freaking what a douche.
Yeah, what a dick.
Yeah. Didn't he smack him in the face? I think.
Yeah, he smacked his daughter in the no, he smacked him in the face, not his daughter. He smacked P.T. Barnum in the face.
You know, the 1800s or whatever the set was a weird time.
Yeah, he's like, here, you boy, come here.
What color is
Yes,
my
sir. He's like, yes, sir. What did the five fingers say to the face? What? Slap.
He was like, come here, boy. I was like, yes, sir. What color is my underwear?
You're supposed to ask. No,
Yes, that comment is so necessary. That's exactly what happens in the movie.
what color's my underwear? Slap.
Yes, that's how PT discovers that he's meant to be the greatest showman. Insert title here. He goes up to him, and when he asks, what color is my underwear? He reaches into his waistcoat pocket and starts pulling out this big stream of differently colored handkerchiefs tied together. And he goes, is this your color? Is this your color?
As he's watching this man, this older gentleman, just pull out this string of multicolored handkerchiefs, he's just staring wide-eyed and singing, every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my
a million different colors of his underwear.
I think of what the world could be with many colors of underwear.
Many colors of boxers and briefs. So,
and that ruined whatever enjoyability the song had.
No, I still loved it because I saw it in theaters twice. The first time I saw it in theaters, I cried during Million Dreams.
Yeah.
Shut up! Don't laugh at me. It was beautiful. I loved it, and watching the kid grow up, and how him and Charity kept staying in touch.
Yeah, he's trying to steal that loaf of bread, but he didn't have a monkey to help him with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, the movie isn't. I give the movie 4 out of 5 stars. It would have gotten 5. Hugh Jackman had a monkey sidekick.
Apparently, Hugh Jackman is very bad at trying to steal bread because he was in Les Mis and he got caught stealing bread in that one too.
And in the Wolverine, I believe the Sentinels caught him because he was trying to take their bread. I think that's how the movie. No, thinking of a different movie.
So yeah, and then now this only happened the first time I went to go see the movie in theaters. But when P.T. Barnum and Charity got older and became Hugh Jackman and Michelle Williams, I believe that's the actress name, and they were doing their dance number in New York. I know this is the shipper in me, and I'm so sorry, but I imagine Star and Marco. I really did.
I think you're rubbing off on me because I could have. Yeah, I could see it.
But only for
it's the dark-haired guy and the blonde gal.
Yeah, but it was only for that musical number, A Million Dreams. So yeah, to be fair, to not shove my Starco-iness, in everyone's face. I mean, why stop now? But still, I'm trying to be polite. But yeah, then
Trying so hard not to make snarky comment right now.
Snarky.
But then what happened after that? Okay, it was oh, then he had the job as the clerk, right?
That's
Yeah.
crunchy numbers or something.
Yeah.
He got laid off just as he was about to go up to the boss and say, I can do better than just crunching numbers, sir. I'm going to tell you about this grand investment opportunity.
Have you ever seen this gentleman? Amazing gentleman. He asked me what color was this underwear, and then he kept pulling out more and more different colors. It was amazing, sir. I think we can invest in something like that. People all over the world would want to see that.
But I kid you not. I kid you not. I really got to bring this up. There's a moment in the film where Barnum's just there, Jackman's there, and his pencil breaks. So he has to get up and sharpen his pencil, and he looks out the window, and he sees like half of the screen, half of the shot is just a bunch of dudes working in an office, and the other half is a cemetery. Excuse me. I relate to that one little moment so much. So bad because that's the way I felt about like a lot of people growing up because I would see my classmates, whether it's elementary, junior high, high school, or whatever. I'd see my classmates and I'd notice that they would all be very similar to each other. You know what I mean? And they would all go through the motions and they all had the same wants and needs. And I was like, man, you guys, like, there's a sort of, I don't know how to say it without sounding meaner than I already am. But everyone just kind of wants like a normal-ish life. And it's like, oh, well, you want a normal life and it's all played out and laid out for you. That's cool for you, I guess. But I kind of, I grew up watching the best cartoons and I grew up watching professional wrestling and loving it. And for some reason, there's always been this thing in me where I want to be bigger. I want to be larger than life. I don't want to be just like everyone else who's, oh, you're born, you live, you die. Good for you. No, I want, there has to be something more than that. So that's why I want that one little moment of the movie where Barnum looks outside the window, sees that, and then he thinks like, that guy got to do something else. Like I felt the same way, like the majority of my life, just like, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is one of the reasons I'm an actor.
Yeah.
Hitting a bit too close to home with that particular comment.
Yeah, no kidding.
It was so deep.
Yeah, like emo deep.
Yeah, I could see the center of the earth with how deep that was.
Yeah, hey guys, let's all play some Panic at the Disco and go watch The Crow.
Yeah. Heard My Chemical Romance is coming back.
Yeah.
Oh. Wasn't a big fan of their music in the first place.
Of what? My Chemical Romance?
Yeah, not really a big fan of their stuff, but to be fair, I've just never been interested enough to check it out.
I like some of their stuff. I just would never, back in the day, I would never say that out loud because the fans of My Chemical Romance were so terrible just to be around that if you like them, just keep it to yourself and you'll survive.
It was one of those cases where I like this thing, but I don't want to be associated with shit's eyes. Them!
Yeah, I like this thing, but I don't want to be associated with other people who like this thing.
There are so many things going through my head right now that apply to that. I don't want to name any of them.
What happened after that? It was he goes home he gets fired, goes home to his kid, or he gets laid off.
Oh no!
God, his first idea, the Barnum Museum, that was DOA.
It was.
I mean, it was just a wax
Museum
museum.
full of dead stuff.
It was just a wax museum. It's like, who cares?
So
Come
pretty
on.
much Grunkle Stan's idea of a good time mixed with Madame Tussauds on the cheap.
Yeah, but I guess, how do I say, Barnum's a lot more charming than Grunkle Stan. I mean, they basically
I don't-
they did the same thing though. They
Stan is-
basically they both committed fraud, so they do have similarities.
Yes, Stan was never meant to be charming.
It's meant to be
He's one of those kinds of tricksters or con men that he'll distract you long enough to steal your wallet and then fuck off, for lack of a better description.
I mean, remember the episode with the wax figures? He's like, oh, you can get these wax figures for $20. $20? Whoa, that's way too much. I'm just gonna rob you. I'm just gonna rob you later. What was that? I said I'm gonna rob you. Like, he's just flat out tell you, no, I'm gonna steal for you.
I love that.
He's honest, I guess.
I know.
Go place for honest.
Okay, what do we talk about next?
Well, you just go scene by scene by the friggin' movie.
Don't
High
really
School
need to
Music-
do that.
Yeah.
Well,
no.
Okay, what
It
about
feels like we're doing that.
what about the characters? Like, my favorite character was P.T. Barnum. It was Hugh Jackman's character.
Oh, my favorite character was the bearded lady.
Same here. She was my favorite too.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's the real MVP if you go online to like Tumblr and stuff.
Yeah. Got a lot of good moments.
Yeah, yeah. But I don't know, so something about Hugh Jackman's character. He's just really charming and really likable. It's like I really did want to root for him. Zac Efron's character was pretty all right, but I've seen a few people argue that he's more of a hero in the movie than Jackman is.
Yeah. Well, he does kind of take over, Allo. So that's something.
Yeah.
I mean, he was kind of watching over everyone when Barnum was doing the tour, the opera tour with that lady.
Yeah, I like how he really joined the circus, cast and crew, because he's still Philip Carlisle. He's still a rich guy. He could have easily gone the way Barnum did, but not like when they went to Jenny Lynn's thing. Is like, hey, where should I put him? Should I put him in your box with you? He's like, no, go, put him on the standing room. There's better acoustics there anyway. And Carlisle, he could have gotten a seat anywhere, but he chose to stand with the other circus guys.
Yeah.
So
But
I like how quickly he took to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Didn't his parents see him or something like that? I forget.
Yeah, he was trying to hold Zendaya's character's hand. Say that 5 times fast. But then his dad's like, "What you doing, boy?" He's like, "Oh, nothing."
Well, nothing, father.
And Zendaya gives him one of the most fucking epic death glares of all time.
I was like,
oh, you're not getting any of this.
That's in levels of Luigi death stare right there.
Yeah, she flat out I've never seen someone reject another person with just a look that hard.
Imagine how many times it probably took him to shoot that. No, we need your brows to be furrowed a bit deeper than that, or you need to tilt your mouth just a little bit more.
Look at this picture of Luigi
in your eyes.
See the epicness of the death stare that is Luigi. Just examine this one and do that same. Death Stare.
One of the things I do have to admit when it comes to, because it's not a perfect movie, I just really like it a lot. One of the criticisms I will accept and say, yeah, you're right about that, is I do feel that the story is spread like really thin. Like I feel like there's probably an hour's worth of story that you really stretched out to be like 100, like almost 2 hours.
Yeah, because the story is probably like the weakest part of, I guess, of the movie, but again, it's kind of not the main purpose.
Yeah, like
Right.
I knew going in that the story was going to be the weakest part of the movie.
No. So, I mean, you're there for the music and the characters.
Yeah.
But, and again, the people who complained about the story being weak is like the same people are like, oh, nothing happens with Steven anymore. Stuff like that.
I remember when I was trying to look for more videos on YouTube, one guy posted a video, why I hate The Greatest Showman. It's like 11 minutes long. And basically I could sum up the entire video in 3 words. No fun allowed.
No fun allowed.
Yeah, like no one's allowed to have fun in going to see a movie. I expected an accurate historical documentary. Instead, you just gave me all this stupid, silly, fun stuff.
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, what's the matter with you? Don't you know the point of movies?
Don't you know singing killed my mother? Doesn't make any sense.
And then Doug Walker and his little band.
Sorry. I'm going to let's not bring that up.
Okay.
Yeah, not gonna bring that up.
Okay.
Oh, and the backgrounds weren't super great.
Yeah, that elephant totally CG.
That's not what I meant. The elephant's not a background. Everyone knows the elephant was CG. God.
They could have hired some real elephants, you know?
No, they could not have. It's illegal.
For what they had the elephants doing, it's better that they went ahead and put CG in there, even if it was a bit hokey. They had enough going on that you weren't focusing too much on it.
Okay, if they have CG elephants, go all out with it. I want to see that elephant do a backflip. That would be the greatest show.
They had the elephants doing some pretty ridiculous stuff. Like they were bouncing back and forth on top of balls and.
But was it a backflip?
We don't need an elephant doing a backflip. If you want the epitome of unnecessary CGI in a movie, I'm going to point at some of the remastered Star Wars. Like some of what George Lucas did. The scene in a lounge or something like that, where you have this crazy looking mucus green alien. And it's right in your face, blowing a trumpet like a appendage at you, like, and it's to the point where you can't really find a copy of Star Wars without this ridiculous edit in it. There's ridiculous CG for you, at least with the elephants in this movie. It makes sense. And they're part of the background. They're part of all the stuff going on. If you don't pay too much attention, it looks just fine. It serves the purpose it was meant to serve.
They were never gonna have real animals.
Yeah.
Because one, I think it's illegal, and 2, according to Hugh Jackman, that part of show business is left in the past. You know what I mean? We've moved on beyond that. Okay, we don't need to treat animals like that.
Yeah, imagining what you'd have, or what a person would do to get an elephant to perform stunts like that. That's pretty unpleasant to think about.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay. What else?
I'm sorry. I was just thinking, like, I'm imagining if The Greatest Showman was directed by George Lucas, and it's just Hugh Jackman in a green screen room. And he's supposed to imagine everything there.
Yeah, I try not to say anything about. I try not to say anything about Hayden Christensen as Anakin
Yeah.
because they basically put him in a giant green room and said, "Here, you're in the fantastical world of Star Wars. Act." Like seriously, that's all the direction I get. You couldn't build a set. No, we could have.
Oh.
George wants to do this, and I've seen some clips from behind the scenes of The Greatest Showman. They actually did build the sets. You know, when you're there in the circus, you're there in the circus. It's physically there. It's not fucking green screen and the director going, "Hey Jackman, pretend you're in the circus."
Pretend it's the greatest show.
Or
No,
where you have a hokey cardboard cutout standing there. This is a chimpanzee doing a very energetic song and dance. We need you to put on the shit-faced grin and dance along with him. Pretend.
Okay, you remember that scene that Family Guy did a parody of? Like, it was like with Jerry dancing with this actor. We're just gonna reenact that one, you know. Except you're gonna be with a dancing monkey. It's gonna be cool.
Since we're entertaining absurd hypotheticals here, imagine the most obnoxious song from DreamWorks Madagascar. That whole "I like to move it" thing.
Yeah.
There's some variant where King Julian some character goes da 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 circus da 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 afro, like the whole rainbow afro promotion.
Yeah, Afro Circus.
I'm so glad they never did that. I'm so glad they didn't do the classic like the circus melody.
Yeah.
Oh, and get this. I don't know if you guys noticed, but they didn't have clowns.
Such a loss. Can you imagine a clown car coming in? Hugh Jackman stepping out of it, wearing a rainbow afro on top of his top hat. All the clowns piling up after him.
Afro circus, Afro circus, Afro.
Singing it as seriously as he can, and he's like, "I'm gonna get an Oscar for this."
I mean,
in order to get the Oscar. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to talk over you.
Yeah, sorry. If you look hard enough, you'll see a live performance of The Greatest Show with Hugh Jackman in the cast, and you can see Zac Efron on a tricycle. And they did it. It's not scaled to size. It's an actual tricycle. So there's Zac Efron trying his damnedest to drive this little thing.
So it's like, well, I would have given The Greatest Showman, 5 out of 5 stars, but no Afro Circus.
I only gave it a 4 because Hugh Jackman doesn't have a monkey sidekick, so Afro Circus and monkey sidekick, and it's a perfect movie.
See, no monkey sidekick, no Afro Circus, no backflipping elephants. This is not The Greatest Show.
What'd you guys think of the storyline with Carlisle and Zendaya's character?
Oh, their little love thing they had going on?
Yeah, the little love thing they had.
It was done okay. Like, they have that nice little number there.
Rewrite the Stars?
Yeah. I like the song.
Yeah.
The setup and execution and performance were okay, but it was just okay. I'm going to reference my brother again here. He says that just about every other musical he's seen or come across, has the forbidden lovers thing, and it's a paint by numbers kind of thing. That's the best way to describe it here. Paint by numbers, executed well enough. It works.
Yeah. More lovers and stuff, yeah. But
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest, though, a little bit with that, is that I was expecting more conflict between that storyline, like, you know, with the brother and whatnot, being like, hey, what you doing, and stuff like that. But didn't really touch upon that. So, it's,
Yeah, like,
it's what's up?
I think when they first met him and he's like staring at her and the bro's like, don't try none. It's like the only time they did that.
He's like, that's mine. I mean, no. Sorry. That's their only moment. Mm-mm. And then
Yeah,
after
but then
that, it's just like,
after that, like, we're buddies, we're friends.
we're friends. Is there a deleted scene I didn't see? Or they
I
become
like you. Do
friends?
you like me?
They're like, well, hey, you were in High School Musical. And it's just like, yeah. And yours, Zendaya. I don't know what show you're in.
Zendaya!
Zendaya. That just sounds cool. It's
What,
a cool
what,
sounding
She
name.
does have a pretty cool name.
what is she? What did she do that allows her to have a one-word name?
I don't know.
She beheaded a 3-headed dragon.
Yeah, let's go with that. I like that. That's badass.
Yeah. You have now obtained the name Zendaya. Oh, wow. Now I can star a Disney channel.
yeah, in order to become a Disney star, 13 and 14-year-olds line up outside of this tall black iron gate, and there's a guy out front in that traditional executioner's outfit with the axe and everything. He opens it and says, "You may enter." And they have to slay a 3-headed dragon in order for the privilege to be the next Disney teen starlet.
Hey, if Miley Cyrus could do it, then anyone could do it.
Do I really have to slay a 3-headed dragon? Miley Cyrus did it. If she could do it, I could do it.
Yeah, if I had to say any criticism to that little storyline, it's just I was expecting more, I guess, conflict, but it's like a nitpick. It's nothing big. I'm not going to be like, oh, this movie betrayed me or anything. No, I'm just like I was anticipating this, but I guess that's not the focus. So, yeah.
And the whole idea of Zac Efron's character being welcomed into the fold, they kind of touched on it with PT trying to convince him to join him in the first place, and then it just got swept under the rug. He just some scenes touching on it, and he got accepted pretty quickly and was on board with everything fairly quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another thing. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, there's several things that would have liked to see fleshed out a little bit more. Actually, could I bring up a point that my brother brought up? I kind of when PT was first recruiting people to join the circus, my brother mentioned, or would have been interesting to see kind of. Okay, I'm just gonna drop that right there, since technically they did have a montage where he recruited first the colonel and then the bearded lady, and kind of touched on how he charmed people into. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna drop that thought. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. What were you gonna say, Eric?
Another criticism that I will do, that I will accept greatly, is that we're not exactly sure what the timetable is for this story. Like, exactly how quickly did the circus become like a big hit? Like, exactly how much time passed between P.T. Barnum recruiting Carlisle, Zac Efron's character, and Carlisle being like one of the group, because the movie sort of makes it look like it happened overnight. Like, hey everyone, this is my new hire, Philip Carlisle. Hi, we like you immediately. Thanks.
I wish it was like that every time I walked into a room. Hi guys, we like you immediately.
Hi guys, he's one of us now. He's like, okay.
One of us. One of us.
What up?
I forgot how that little Ooga Chaka goes or whatever. That's Guardians, I know, but still.
One of us. One of us. So, here's our new guy, Zac Efron. That's not my name. I don't care. Anyway, he's gonna be helping out in the circus because he said that afros were needed in our circus.
Afro Circus? Oh, man.
Okay, I'm
I
sorry.
got so annoyed when I saw those commercials. I'm gonna be honest.
But you wanted to go see the Madagascar crew join the circus. You wanted to sit in the theater and sing along with King Julian and all of your other favorite obnoxious characters.
I just wanted some more sugar honey iced tea.
I've not seen any of the Madagascar movies.
I've seen the first one several times.
I've pretty much seen all of them in theaters. I saw the circus one in theaters.
And you're like, Afro Circus.
That's why I went to go see it, yes.
I knew it.
I'm pulled in by dumb advertising like that. Actually, well, it depends. Actually, I just like the Madagascar stuff, and that was back when I went to go see movies a lot more often than what I do now. So,
yeah, I don't go to the movies that often at all. Like maybe once or twice a year.
No.
So for me to go twice to see the same movie is kind of a big deal. Like I think the only times I've done that before was for Guardians of the Galaxy, both movies, Ant-Man, Tangled, and Spider-Man 1 and 2.
What about Spider-Man Homecoming?
wait, which Spider-Man 1 and 2?
Spider-Man 1 and 2.
The Sam Raimi?
The Sam Raimi, yes.
The good ones.
The good ones. Yeah, you're right. Spider-Man Homecoming, I also saw twice.
Yeah.
When it comes to Spider-Man live-action movies, you do have to specify, because there's a couple of different sets. There's the one back in the early 2000s, then you have the reboot, and now you have Spider-Man Homecoming officially under Marvel's umbrella.
Yes, but other live-action ones before then.
There's ones before. Oh my god, how many Spider-Man reboots have there been?
Oh, I should show you some of the old live-action stuff. It's hilarious.
Oh no.
Yeah, but that's really old and it failed. It's not very good. Don't even try it.
The web comes from his butt, so it's not good.
I gotta watch these now.
Fool me on Spider-Man. I mean, come on. Fan since I was 4 years old. It's because the reboot is called The Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So
it's Andrew Garfield.
Amazing Spider-Man.
Ooh,
I'm not talking about that one. It was. I guess it wasn't amazing enough with a Tobey Maguire.
Did the webs really come from his butt?
They never did. Bacon was making a joke.
I still love saying
blah, blah, blah.
He does not go blah, blah.
When Andrew Garfield became Dracula.
What?
Oh, that's
He
always
did.
going to be
I thought he did.
And I'm still trying to find a way to quote Spider-Man 1 and 2 into everyday life.
Blah, blah, blah. Hey, Harry Osborn. Blah, blah, blah.
I'm Peter Parker. You can tell by how attractive I am.
Yeah, I hated Andrew
I'm a
Garfield.
skater and athletic and popular.
Yeah, I'm so smart and I can skate and I have great hair and I'm so attractive. That's why I'm the loser, Peter Parker. Oh, come on. Talk about miscast. What a
But
load.
he does that weird stutter thing, I think.
That's it.
But that's all he does.
That's all he does.
All he does. Spectacular, spectacular, spider.
It's like when they tried to tell everyone that Chris Evans and Chris Hemsworth were nerds. It's like, shut up. Like a Norse god, flying around with a magic hammer. Okay, that I believe. Chris Hemsworth being a nerd. Don't insult my intelligence, bro.
A nerd.
A nerd.
Give me your lunch money, nerd. Oh man.
But yeah, I kind of do like that Barnum Circus didn't have clowns and it didn't have the classic circus melody. Da, 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 da. They kind of made it. They kind of made it really, like, really exciting and cool. So that's what I liked about it. But another common criticism I hear is that that the music for The Greatest Showman is like too contemporary, like it's too popish.
Meh.
My argument is that, well, what else did you expect?
Well, it wasn't a movie. It was a live-action TV series.
What?
It was a live-action TV series.
Yeah, I know, and it
There's
sucked.
a Spider-Man live-action TV series?
Yeah,
Yes, there was, and it sucked.
Spider-Man.
And there was
Did he
also
shoot webs out of his butt?
No, he
doubt it. But it's hard to tell.
I need to know this. It's vital information.
I'm just gonna be on my phone.
No, I saw that from, I think it was Venture Brothers. They did a parody.
Okay, I'm sorry. I dragged that joke out a bit too long for what it is.
That's a cool.
Okay, I'm off.
What's up?
No, look at my phone.
I'm just trying to think though. It's like, oh, the music sounds too popish. It's like, oh, darn, I guess.
It's like what'd you expect? Like the music has to really, the audience has to get it, As like, what did you want, the historically accurate music? Because it's gonna suck. Then you're gonna be like, oh, why did they pick such crappy music?
Yeah.
Like I really don't get what the alternative was that they wanted.
Yes.
Oh man,
Yes.
I would take so tell me where you want to go, where it's covered in all the colored lights. I would take that any day over. Da, 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 da.
Maybe people were like huge Madagascar fans. They really wanted Hugh Jackman to say, "This is the circus, ha 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 ha! This is the circus."
they wanted Afro circus clowns and they're disappointed that there isn't a pop version of that with Zendaya and Zac Efron doing a duet.
Yeah,
they're disappointed that was part of the soundtrack.
Yeah, there's just some people are disappointed that there was no elephants getting drunk and then seeing pink elephants everywhere. So some of these criticisms are ridiculous to me. Well, at least to me. I don't know. But as what I saw from the movie, it was a musical. It's loosely based on this, and and that's about it. It's done well. Not the greatest musical I've seen, because Singing in the Rain still holds that one to me. So,
yeah, I was thinking about this movie in relation to other modern movie musicals too, but to be fair, I haven't seen a lot of them. Like the more I think about it, like I've seen Singing in the Rain. But the movie adaptation of Les Mis, starring Hugh Jackman, La La Land, what was the other one? Moulin Rouge, I haven't seen. I don't know if it's good or not. I know Nostalgia Critic hated it, but there's a bunch of people who do like it.
I've watched Moulin Rouge. Mixed bag for me.
Yeah. And
I'd say if you're going to sit down and watch it, be expecting a lot of very bright colors. The big reason to watch it is that it's bright, colorful. There's a lot of energy in the performances and cinematography. They just had fun making a jukebox musical, like taking a whole bunch of contemporary hits, mashing them together into a different style. Just, it's something to have fun with, the turn off your brain kind of musical movie. If you watch it in that kind of frame of mind, I think it's okay. Not my favorite, but didn't hate it.
yeah.
So let's see.
What else? Costumes were badass.
Yeah. Because so there were some songs that I thought were good. I don't know. I still got to bring this up because there was one part where I genuinely got surprised, like really bad. Like it threw me off so much. Was when what was it? P.T. Barnes' wife's having that musical number.
Yeah,
And
tightrope.
she's dancing and then he just disappears. And at the theater, I was like, whoa!
Yeah, you freaked out.
I freaked out like
That was a really good effect.
I was like, oh, where did he go? I don't know. I got it just threw me off so much. I'm like, they're dancing and he's gone. This is the greatest show. Yeah, but when watching the movie, I got some riffing in there, so that was pretty fun.
Yeah, like I told you that it's very very riffable. You could MS3TK this movie.
Yeah, well, that's for sure.
Yeah, but the last fandom thing last meta thing I'll mention, I guess. But if you go on Rotten Tomatoes, and I put this on my little thoughts on uh, post on Tumblr. If you go to Rotten Tomatoes, the tomato meter, I guess, from the critics is 50%, but the audience score is 90%. Like, there's a big difference between what the critics thought and what the audience thought, and it just reminds me of the movie. It just reminds me of the movie. It reminds me of that. Well, the critic character, obviously, but also everything. Jackman's character would be like a critic who can't find joy in the theater, and they call me a fraud. And there's another bit I freaking forgot. But yeah, you know what I mean? Like this movie, like I know a lot of fans are upset that it's getting like snubbed at the Oscars, but the only thing I can say is like, hey guys, this movie's not really for like the Oscars. It's for, us to just watch and enjoy. It's to have fun. Kind of like the circus in the movie. Because one thing Jackman keeps talking about in interviews is he always mentions how at the time that the story is set, entertainment was very stuffy. It was operas and it was plays and it was very snobby and snooty. So here he provides entertainment that anyone can enjoy, the whole family, the working class. So that's the kind of mentality I see it too. Is like, hey, here's a show, here's a movie. It's just a bunch of fun that anyone can enjoy. But no, the critics and snobs are like, no, it should be more like La La Land. I'm like, fuck you guys.
This isn't historically accurate.
So I guess real life reflects art, or art reflects real life. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Cotton, get out from under the table.
I killed 50 man.
Oh my god. Cotton, get out from. Okay.
Headcanon Hive with special guest Cotton, everyone. Cotton.
Yes,
Cotton. Hey, Cotton. So, Cotton, I heard you killed 50 men. Also, looking good today. Have you lost weight?
He's a medium-sized fluffy dog. Cotton. This Cotton is spelled with a K, and he's a medium-sized fluffy dog.
So he hasn't lost weight. I love you, Cotton. You're the best.
Oh my god.
So I'm just going through the TV tropes page for the movie now.
See, I think The Greatest Showman could be awesome if Cotton was in there.
Which Cotton?
Okay.
Both Cottons.
No.
Watch in awe. Here's Cotton Hill, the man who killed 50 men. What y'all looking at? I killed 50 men. And he just leaves. This is the greatest show.
Now I'm just imagining an empty stage, and Bobby comes trotting out doing jazz hands, and then Hank comes running out after him going, "No, Bobby, no!"
Oh. Oh. I'm just trying to remember if there's any other silly criticisms to this movie, or we can start like gushing over some more about it.
I don't know. I mean, we've hit a lot of notes already.
Yeah, that's true. But that's
I'd say pretty decent stopping point. Hit a lot of the points really wanted to discuss. And it's pretty much gotten to the point where we're making jokes about Cotton Hill being in the greatest show. So I think we've reached the threshold here.
Oh, works for me.
Okay.
One last thing I want to say before we conclude was the rating that I gave the movie. I gave it a 3.75 out of 5. So still a good movie. If I had
I gave it a 5 out of 5.
It's not the 5 out of 5, but it's still pretty good.
Yeah, I loved it.
What's your numerical rating? We need to compact all your opinions into
5 stars, I guess. I don't have to, but whatever. 5 stars.
Okay. Good night, everybody.
Night, everyone.